Hey, 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 hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey, hey, what do you say?
What do you say?
I feel like, isn't that the Fat
Did you get
Albert
some?
joke?
Yeah, hey, hey, hey.
I can't
Good
do the
morning.
Fat Good
Good
morning.
morning to you.
Woo-hoo.
Today is the day to take action and change your life forever. Are you ready?
Heck yeah. You guys are always ready. You are the
Yes.
hardcore crowd
Once
that
again,
is up with us at 6:35. We always end up being around 6:35 instead of 6:30.
right?
We are here,
6:30.
but we're
5.
normally going through the notes and everything. But anyways, you guys are the hardcore crowd. You're ready to charge with us this morning.
That's right.
And I have a
It is
joke,
on. It is
and
on.
I'm going to work on my delivery here.
Oh,
Mike gave me some schooling last week
let's do it.
about my delivery, my cadence. It was a little off.
Let's hear it.
So here's the joke. It says, so it's a boss talking to a salesman, okay? So the boss says, "Did you get any orders today?" The salesman says, "Yeah, I got 2." The boss is super stoked. He's like, "Congratulations. What were they?" The salesman's like, "Get out, stay out." Is that any better?
Okay, that got a laugh.
Oh, at least it got it at laugh instead of like, silence. So,
Orders.
and it ties in. I do take
That
time
is
to
crazy.
figure out jokes
That
each
is
week
good.
that
That is
tie
good.
into what we're talking about.
Hey,
So,
I'm stoked.
sometimes they just
Stoked.
fall flat. All right, baby. So this week's focus.
What is it?
And that's why I'm like, wait, you already did the today is the day to take action.
That's right. Today's the day to take
You already
action.
did it.
That's right. But we're going to get right to something that is huge and vital, right?
Yes.
We've been talking about branding. We're talking about braving and expanding your brand and how it's so important to take each element we're sharing and apply them. And today, what are we getting with? I want to make sure this is right.
Yeah, we are getting with your brand message. So this is so important to get this right. This is, and it's a little more. It takes some time. I'm not gonna lie. To get this right. Some of you might already know it. You've got it set. High fives to you.
Uh-huh.
Others, it might take some time, but that's okay.
True,
It's
true.
not going to take too long. Come on, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, maybe a long hike. You'll get it though. We promise.
It ain't that crazy.
No.
Although it is like that. We keep saying that easy, right? It's easy because you can dial yourself in. You can fine tune. You can be obsessed, right, with those end users, those people, the consumers, the people that want, the customers that want to come to your door, those that want to visit your website, right? All those things. It's easy, but it's not
Yeah.
a matter of just overnight. It takes some time. You got to apply yourself and think it through, and it will work through.
It will work. And what we mean by your brand message is really just being really clear on what your dream clients, not just your clients in your industry, but those clients that you really, really want to work with.
Yes.
What those clients really, really want. And not just what, like if you sell water.
Right.
Like they don't just want water. Your dream clients are wanting, the crispest, purest, figuring out what they really want. So not just
Yes. Yes.
so we'll get to that
The
later.
details.
Yeah, the details. But then incorporating that message into your branding, meaning how it's packaged. So packaging that message in a way that's going to resonate with those dream clients, that's going to show them that you can get the results, that's going to really grab their attention.
Yes.
That's the key.
Yes.
And what is it like, baby? What is an
In the-
example that we can give
Yeah.
them?
So think about it this way. If you know exactly what they're looking for, right? And we have the example of baking bread. So when you're like that crunchy crust and the inner parts that are just a little light, fluffy, right? You break that bread, it's like,
It's like I can hear the crackle now, like a
smells
French bread, a
crunchy.
French baguette,
Yes,
like a
baguette.
perfect
Ooh,
baguette.
yes. And it comes out of the oven, fresh out of the oven. You go into the bakery and you walk, like, when you open that door, you're like, whew, overtaken with like all these great smells. excuse me, and it's just like, oh, I want a piece of bread, right? And they offer you, even at the front, they're like, here, want some free samples? You're like, oh, yeah. Want some donuts, right? You're like, oh, come on.
Now you know his weakness, donuts.
Right? And it's the bomb because you go in there and you're like, yes, this is what I'm looking for. It's not where you walk into a place where it's already bagged and baked and maybe even put on a shelf and it's sitting there for the last week and a half.
And
you're
it's
like,
hard and it's not, doesn't have that crackle anymore. And the innards are not soft and buttery.
oh
They're
my
like,
gosh. My
they almost
goodness.
feel like rubbery and like they were
It's-
made with ingredients that shouldn't be consumed by any humans.
Oh, good morning.
Good
Dan.
morning.
And Jared, Todd, hey, what's happening? What's happening? Rochelle, hey, wow, cool.
Awesome,
Very
guys. See, we talk about bread, and people are like, "Yes, you have my
Cool. It
attention."
is.
At bread and donuts.
You get it first thing in the morning, donuts, right? But the thing is the ingredients. The key is the ingredients, what they're putting in there, what's getting baked, and how it's finished, and it's served to a specific time.
Yeah, and certain amounts of
Boom.
each ingredient
Right.
baked at a certain
Right.
temperature, and so that's kind of what you're
Yes.
getting your brain. It's not just knowing your message, what they really want. Then you've got to kind of mix in. You got to mix in a little bit of, so your key ingredient is what they want, like finding out what they really want, not just what they
Yes.
think they want, but what they really want. And
What
remember,
do
you're
they
going
really
after your dream clients. Then mixing in a little bit of those key results that they want, mixing in a little bit of those stuff that they resonate with, mixing in a little bit of who you are,
That's right.
mixing in a little bit of your why, and like finding that perfect balance,
Right.
mixing that all up to bake your perfect loaf of awesome bread.
Oh, and I'm talking when it's done right.
Oh, you guys.
You've paid attention to the details,
Mm-hmm.
right? You even have a little twist that maybe grandma has passed on in her recipe.
Yes.
And that
It's a
little thing,
grandma nugget.
that little thing, it's just this little extra pinch, boom. You're like, oh, that
The
tastes amazing.
secret spice or seasoning or secret sauce or
Hands down, will annihilate those other competitors because they don't have grandma's secret,
Yeah.
or they don't have the specific way that you've laid out this look and feel, right, and how it crunched, the special design of the oven, whatever it is. But ultimately, you are obsessed. Again, you're going after your who, right?
Yeah, those clients that energize you.
Yes.
Forget about everyone else.
That's right.
Keep that dream client in your mind that you are baking that loaf of bread for them.
Right.
Forget about
Right.
everyone else. Bake that perfect loaf of bread for them,
Yes.
because then as
Gosh.
soon as those types of people with that mindset, with that kind of vision that they all have the
Right.
similar vision and
Aligned.
mindset, when they take a bite of your brand message, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is the bomb.com.
So sweet.
And that's such an old phrase.
Bomb.com.
But oh well, you get the point.
We'll allow it.
They are going to just be like, I want to work with you. And it will go from, instead of working on opposition, it'll just be a matter, normally it'll be just go to a matter of pricing. Like the only reason why someone won't work with you is possibly because they absolutely can't afford it.
Right. But
Which is
the-
a great spot to be at.
Right,
Like you're
right.
gonna just have it. I can't stress this enough. If you get this right,
on.
it is amazing. It's
Yes.
amazing. So
Yes, and well put. So Dan is like sharing how she got a loaf.
I love bread.
Just out of the oven, French bread, right? French bread. Oh, and so she says I end up paying for 2 loaves. Seriously, and that's the key. If you think about it, if they did it right, if they have dialed it into your flavor, right? They know exactly. They're not just putting it out there, making a loaf of bread and hope it sells. They are obsessed. They're doing it right. They're doing it so that they know you are going to be all about it. And if you want to put out the extra dollars, right, because you know it's so good, it's so awesome, and you'll get 2. Boom.
Yep, done.
They've done their due diligence, and that's
Yeah.
what it takes.
Yeah, and in case the bread analogy was a little bit like, okay, I get the bread and mixing and getting it right and the right ingredients and the right amounts of everything, because that's the key. Because real quick, before we leave the bread, actually, there was this point we were
What you
talking
got?
about this morning was if you add a little bit too much of one, if you don't get that mix right,
Yeah.
like let's say you put a little bit too much flour,
Great point.
that bread isn't going to be now light and airy and fluffy and buttery. It's going to be dense
It's gonna
and
slam it.
heavy, and it's just going to be like a brick. You know those loaves of bread that are just like, this ain't good. This is not good. And so you don't want,
Yes.
you've got to get that mix right so it doesn't hit your dream clients
Yeah.
like a brick, because it's going to turn them off and they're going to be gone.
Boom. It's like all you're seeing is their trail. You're like, oh, where'd they go? Because it ultimately turns people off. It is so chunky, overcooked, whatever. And that's the thing we can do with our brands is we're putting so much in the message.
That's good.
We're stacking
That's
it with,
good.
oh, but they like this and they're going to like this. I should put this in there. I can't forget about that. And I want to tell them the whole story. And I want to make sure that they have all the information. And it's like, bam, just giant brick that they're not happy with. They're not going to be going, oh, they're just overwhelmed. I'm like, phew, I'm gone. I'm out of here. And they haven't been reached because you haven't paid attention to the details. They would much rather you be obsessed with them. Just like that person who's like, they've been paying attention to my requests. They've been paying attention to my little note that I put into the box, a suggestion box, or whatever it is that you have uniquely set in place as your brand. When you're obsessed with them, those end users, those consumers, those people that you want to align yourself with, your dream clients, right? They are going to be going, oh, hey, they're paying attention, and this is what I'm hoping for. Boom. There is that whole uniting. Feel like there's a relationship. They feel that you are committed to them, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge benefit for them to be like, oh, yes,
Yeah.
they got it.
Yeah, think about, it can be something so small. Like I think about when you said that, babe, like when you order something from a company online or somewhere and you get your package in and the packaging looks pretty cool. Like even, wow, they even thought about this. This looks cool. It's not just like a plastic bag with a sticker on it. Like it looks awesome. Then you open it up and it's like, oh, this is cool. And there could be even just as simple as this note, but not a regular just thank you. It like it speaks their kind of, it's in their style of tone that they like. It might just be really conversational and a little witty and like have a little bit of your style, and to where they see that note, that thank you, like thank you for getting our awesome coffee. This is horror. I can't do it on the spot, but you get it. Like that there's an awesome note in there that is in your languaging, in a languaging that resonates with them, and put out in a witty, funny way that resonates. It doesn't have to be witty, but I'm just saying, as for the example, a witty, funny way that they resonate with, and like, oh my gosh, I love this coffee company. I'm going to be buying coffee from this company forever. So it can be those little details that make a client or just totally fall in love with you. So
yeah, because you could get coffee anywhere. You could go buy a loaf of bread at any store, any bakery, and pretty much say, hey, if I'm going to just go for price, I might as well just go down the road, whatever's easiest, whatever's closest. But when you have something unique, right?
People are going to seek you out.
That's right. You are going to stand out because it isn't the same old stuff, for one. And if it's done with excellence, and you know that that's what the consumer is going to be like, hey, wait a minute. I've tried everyone else. Just like the pizza place that you have right down the road, about 6 of them on the same street, right? But you step into that one that really has truly dialed it in. They are, even the name is unique. You're like, that's different. You taste the food. You see tons of people out front. They're lined up. People are waiting. People are like, come on, I want mine. I came for this, right? And next thing you know, you're like, you go through the whole process. Okay, well, maybe it's worth it. There's plenty of people around. They look like they're waiting with hunger. They're like, let's get this good to get the goods. And they deliver on that. Man, the flavor is like amazing. You go, oh, no wonder.
Totally.
No
Then
wonder
you'll be back and
door.
be willing to stand in that line. It was like last night.
Yes.
I wanted pizza from this pizza.
Mother's
There's tons
Day,
of pizza
right.
places in where we live, in the town we live. But there's this specific place that bakes this amazing wood-fired pizza that they have this oven that was made in Florence, Italy, and shipped over, and it's just amazing. It's the ingredients, everything, and
Oh
and
man.
he went to pick it up last night, and I get a text. So I'm like, dude, what's taking him so long? He's like, I'm out here with like a line of 40. It was like all like husbands, because it was
Dudes.
Mother's Day yesterday, picking up this awesome
Literally.
pizza for their wife and willing
right.
to stand in this line forever.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's why it's excellent there. And these guys were like, it's chaotic when they even are trying to help you. Two dudes that have been there before, done it before, getting their wives the food because it's Mother's
You
Day,
guys
right?
are such good husbands.
And they were already like there for a while. I walk up and I'm like, wow, whoa. Group
Yeah.
of people, grips, families, people, and the whole inside of the restaurant was maxed. These two girls trying to run the front hostess station with the to-go orders, and there is no station. It's just one little stand, and there's a little bookshelf, and it's that whole quaint feel. But man, there is nothing for them to put their papers. There's nothing to put the list. They're sweating.
You did
They're
it
like,
for me, babe.
sorry, I'll be right with you.
I
They're
know, they
running.
were hustling, and they had more business
Crazy.
than they could handle.
Totally.
And so that's what
But
we
that's
want
what you
for
want,
you.
right?
We want you to be able to have it be even where you get to the point where it's like, okay, you get to pick which clients you get to work
Mm-hmm. That's
with
right.
because your schedule gets filled. Like, and it's, if you get this right,
Yes.
that's what will happen. And
Yes. Yes. Right on. And so when we talk about the messaging, right, when you put your messaging and it's done in the right way to attract those dream clients that you want to work with, you're going to
Yeah.
commit all you are to them. You're going to give them your all. You're not going to hold back.
Absolutely.
You're not just giving them here's your fix, here's your quick, here's
Yeah.
your done, I'm finished, moved on to the next person.
here's my frozen pizza that I'm passing off as,
Ew.
like, that pizza place doesn't have anyone in it, and there's a reason.
Yes.
So
Totally.
don't go to that. Don't do that.
That's right.
Don't be
So-
that pizza place.
Just like, yep. And I want to say, hey, as we're commenting, there's some comments coming
Oh, yeah,
through.
yeah.
I want to make sure we're not forgetting to be sure if you have a question on this topic, if you need some clarity, if you're kind of wondering, I kind of get it, definitely post those comments or direct message us. We'll definitely hit on those if you don't want to make it public. But I appreciate Deanna just saying how it's one small personal touch.
Can make
Right?
all the difference. You're
Done.
absolutely right, honey.
Done. That
You're-
is exactly
um,
it.
yeah.
And then what your copy, the crazy thing is people that are doing their homework, they're going to go to your social, they're going to go to your website, they're going to go check you out. do their
Especially
homework.
if you have a high price, like a high ticket item. Like,
yes. High-ticket
even
items.
those like
Oh, yeah.
smaller ticket items, they're
Oh.
still might do a little bit of
Truly.
research, like Yelp. If you're a restaurant, like check you out, check out your reviews, check out your social.
Right?
But if you are selling something that's a high ticket item, they're gonna do their due diligence.
Oh.
Most people will do their due diligence, and
For sure.
you got to have that brand messaging and your all your marketing,
Yes.
and all that stuff done right, or else
Right.
you will turn them off.
Right. It can't
them
be.
off.
It can't be. We know personally, work with and know life coaches, speaking coaches, guys that are trainers, guys that have done it with the elites, and they're getting paid a $50,000 check, boom, for people to
At
sign up
least.
for their
Yeah.
product or their service, right? And they're not going to be cutting the check if they haven't already checked them out, right? They have to be sure. They got to be. You're not going to invest that much money into someone and be like,
No.
I think they can.
I
do
think
it.
they can do
And
it.
I've heard somewhere that
Yeah.
no, they're going to be checking them out in details and like maybe even interview and do that whole like process,
calling.
due diligence to make sure. I need them to be able to deliver what they say they're going to
Yeah.
deliver, right? And they're going to get the experience they're hoping for as well.
Yeah,
So their
but-
messaging is boom,
Totally,
spot on,
totally.
spot on.
But then to get them to bite a little bit deeper and to do their due diligence, so much of that is about that first couple seconds,
Yeah.
that first interaction with your
right.
brand.
That's right.
And if they think about that bread example, they take that
Yeah.
bite and it's a dense loaf of not good bread, that first bite, they're going to be on to looking at the next person and the next person.
Oh, yes.
So make sure when they take that first bite of your brand, it's an epic one. They're
Yep.
like, it leaves
Yep.
them like your sample,
Oh,
like
man.
hungry for more. They want to taste what other stuff you got.
Exactly.
And what
Exactly.
else do these guys do? I want to hire them
Totally.
for all this kind of stuff.
Totally. Just like we got an awesome example of like cash flow tactics. These guys we work with are
Like,
amazing.
they're awesome.
They're awesome. They're three guys, right? Rocking it. Advisors in some way, shape, or form. They've been able to do this for 20 years and very much skilled. They've got experience, and they were like, man, but our brand, somewhere it's not hitting. We want to make this happen on a whole nother level. We want to expedite people's finances. They've had this great plan, right? And then when we got down to it, we nailed the brand of the you, the who, right? And which we talked about the last 2 weeks, right? And 3 weeks now. And then
the why.
boom, and the why. They got down with the why. And then they were messaging. They were like, man,
Now it
what should we be
clicked.
putting on? Yeah, exactly. They got it. And they're like, well, what should we be putting on? Shouldn't we say like, oh, we're going to help you find it? Or wait a minute. Wait. It's bigger than that, right? There's a bigger purpose. It's not just.
It's deeper. It's not just about
Right? Getting your finances,
This is-
because every financial advisor will go through the whole spiel of, we do this and we go on the positives and the negatives, and we take an offense and figuring out the math and and that's the same old stuff. So people have heard that and they're like, well, okay, well, but what's unique? What is it? How are you guys going to help me? Then they realize, okay, what we really need to do, well, we want to set people free. We want them to rise and rise again.
No, that's
right?
ours.
I'm sorry. Rise.
Have another sip of that coffee,
My-
babe. Oh my gosh.
Right.
It's rise up and live free.
free.
There's so many rises.
Boom.
We're
But
all
it's awesome.
but it's awesome. Yeah, theirs says rise up and live free. And it's so funny.
Yes.
Mike, he wore
Yes.
that shirt last week.
Boom.
He wears it a lot because he loves it.
Love it.
And
The brand is
people
awesome.
stop us, like we have been stopped so many times by people who are like, they'll read the back and they'll be like, I love this. Like, what is this about? We're like,
Yeah.
But it's just cool to
They're random
see
places.
people resonate when they get it. You are gonna. I mean, now we were just having a meeting with them last week,
Yeah.
and he was saying people wear that shirt and to like they climb up at the top of mountains, like, and they are
So
wearing that
good.
shirt, or they've told their firstborn baby, like when after their baby was just born, they've said,
Yes.
our family is going to rise up and live free. You guys, that is a brand message. That is a brand and a
Boom.
message that it resonates. People are speaking it to their brand new baby, like,
know, it's
and
crazy.
climbing mountains and saying at the top of mountains. They have
Right.
got it, and they have.
Nailed.
But I tell you what, and I told Ryan this in on our
good.
call, is that they have done the steps. Like, don't just jump into this step without doing step one,
Right.
step two. These weeks that we're doing,
Yes.
like, their
Go
brand is
back.
solid because they're solid on who they are.
Yeah.
They're complete. They're not like, oh, I think we're like that. Oh no, we're like this.
Right,
They
we're
know who they
copying.
are. They know their why.
Yep.
They know their who, and then they're able to get their messaging right. Don't just jump in with the messaging without having those other things super solid. It's like, okay, with the who, really quick, can I digress a tiny bit?
Go, love,
Ah!
go. No, we ain't stopping
Okay,
it, right?
okay,
We're not
okay,
gonna
okay.
stop you.
So remember the movie Runaway Bride? Like any of you 90s kids that grew up in the 90s might remember this movie. Girls, probably. Do you
Right.
know that movie?
Yes.
Okay, you do. Okay, I probably made you
Oh,
watch it
my.
back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Runaway Bride. She's dating and almost marrying all of these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And at the last minute, like right before she's about to like walk down the aisle, she runs away because she gets freaked out. And she gets to this point where she's like, why am I always running at the last minute with these guys? And the point of the whole movie is that she didn't know who she was. She kept trying to fit the guy who she's marrying, what he likes
Totally.
and what his passions are and what he's all about instead of ever knowing who she's about. So she had to
Right.
take some time and figure out what she, like the example they used was the eggs. Like with this
Oh.
husband almost
Goodness.
husband number one, he liked his eggs scrambled. So she said she liked her eggs scrambled. Husband number two said he liked fried eggs. So she said she liked fried eggs. And husband number 5 said he likes eggs Benedict. So she had to go figure out who she was and how she liked her eggs. I hope you understand the point. You have to know who you
Right.
are, what you like,
Right.
what you don't like,
Exactly.
what you stand for, what you don't stand for.
That is
The more
true.
solid you can be on who you are, the better. Look at this. I'm bridging the better you can marry yourself with your dream
Totally.
client. If you don't have that right,
That's right.
you'll keep having these runaway brides.
It will be. It will be.
Let's move on.
The idea too is because we're heavily touching on this messaging. The idea is not to just try to satisfy again. That's
Everyone
totally different.
and be like, oh,
That's
we
totally
can,
different.
we stand for this.
Ooh.
Oh no, now today we stand for this.
Oh,
we
man.
like our eggs like this. Oh, now today, isn't that it's kind of annoying being around
It's a train
people
wreck.
that don't that like they say one thing to you and then the next day they're talking. Oh, no, that's my favorite. You're,
Boom.
Can you trust? Then you kind of like feel like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, can I trust this person? They're always kind of changing their mind and shifting what they
Right.
say they believe, and
No way.
you
they're
don't want that in
checking you.
business. You don't want that in business.
Nope, and you will feel it come back to you at some point or another. It'll either be you in your own heart and conscious. You're like, wow, you know what? I haven't really served the reality of truly, and my messaging will speak that, right? And you'll either be speaking directly to them and lining yourself up. That person will just be like, oh, they get me. They've talked about the stuff that I care about. I align myself, especially when you're just being you. And when they meet you, all that comes together. You're a personal trainer. You are a personal brand. You built your brand and done it right. They're going to connect, make that personal connection as well as the emotional connection, which goes way further.
Yeah.
And boom, they attach, they commit, you commit. There is that relationship you're hoping for. Quality, right? Not the quantity, like, because that always gets caught up. People get caught up with, oh, I need so many of those, because then, woo, my brand's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's like Mike
Oh,
said, you don't
come on.
bombard. It's like going on a first date, you guys. If you go on a first date with someone who's like, and I did this, and I did this, and I climbed Mount Everest, and then I did this, and then I did this, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you want to date me. You want to date me. I am a great runner, and you want to date, like, I make the best coffee. And
Oh, man.
like, you would be, I would last 5 minutes on that date before I'd be like, texting under the table, being like, call me, like, to a friend, like, to get me out of this. Like, don't be that dude or that girl who comes on too
Not that
strong.
guy.
Like, be confident in who you are and what your
Yes.
brand, what you offer.
Yes.
And so that you can have that come across.
Right, and we're about almost.
I know
at
we are,
the
and we
time,
haven't
but
even
we wanna
gone
make sure
into,
to
like-
share about what we don't do.
Yeah, that's great. Bring it back
'Cause
around.
that helps.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, so we don't want to forget that.
Yeah, so here's an example that doesn't involve bread
Exactly.
or eggs. like,
Right. or pizza.
or pizza. We sell branding, but you'll never see us here on Facebook Live, on a Facebook Live or our marketing, just being like, so we sell branding, and our first package starts at this, and our next package starts at this. You're not gonna see that.
No.
Because we are very clear on our brand brand message, which is that we help give people clarity,
Yes.
brand clarity, so they can build an epic brand, so that they can fulfill their God-given purpose. That's it. So it's clarity, build an epic brand, fulfill their God-given purpose. So we know
Right.
our message for ourselves is very simple, but then how we package that message is it's tailored to the clients to resonate with the clients that energize us.
Yes.
So it's done in a way that is there. You're going to see videos and images and
Yes.
topics that our dream client resonates with, and that when they see it, they're like, "Hey, I'm interested in that. I want to see that result." Or I resonate with that. It's tailored to them. The
Right.
packaging, what we talk about, it's got that target to them, and then a mixture of who we are.
That's right.
Right.
The identity again, because if it's just labels and try a logo and let's put up the pricing,
Totally.
you're a commodity. You are not a brand. A brand doesn't step out in the whole price range and just try to compete and then come on
On
I'm gonna
pricing.
take my people, I'm gonna make sure that I get the lowest price for the best. It's like, whew, man, totally backwards. Then it's just a commodity. It is not a brand. So let's make our brands right in concrete foundation. Put the solid foundation like we talked about since day one, right, of each of these weeks. Getting that foundation laid, just like a home. The most
Yes,
important part about
yes.
it is that foundation is laid right. Excuse me, even leveled out. in sections the right places, because then you're going to build up from there. You're going to put the plumbing in certain spots. You're going to make sure that the walls are going in certain areas. The bearing, heavy bearing weights, all those things come into play afterward, right? But these foundation is key, especially your messaging.
Yeah.
So just want to touch on
Yeah.
that for
So
sure.
so that's our action steps. It's a 2-part action step today, because we really want you to nail this, because this is the
Yes.
part, like, you can have this beautiful brand. You can know who you are, let's actually be honest. If you have the 3 first steps really solidified,
Right.
this part is going to actually be way easier for you
Totally.
than if
Totally.
you don't. So that's why I say, if you still are unsure about those first 3 parts, go back and do those before you jump into this. But
Yes.
anyways, so step 1 is to take at
Got
least
to.
10 minutes to really reflect over what your dream clients really, we emphasize really want, not just
really want.
not just what you sell. So it wouldn't, for
That's
us,
right.
it wouldn't be like, okay, our dream clients want branding. No, they don't. No, they don't. They want a company that's going to give them clarity, give them that solid foundation,
Right.
so that they know they're not just throwing stuff up at the wall. They know exactly what they're doing. They
Right.
have that path laid out before them. They want a company that's going to build an epic brand that's not going to look like everyone else. They want a company that's going to, I'm like, why am I spacing out on this? Anyways,
You were on to that third point.
no, I have it. But so they want also to achieve awesome results.
Yes.
Like, they don't want to work with someone who's just gonna, like, get, like Mike was saying, just throw
Right.
have a logo and some colors, and they want to see results. They want to see results.
Right.
They want to build a legacy brand, and
Yeah.
they want to have it be an experience, not just like to where, like we're talking about with the loaf and those personal touches. They don't want to just,
Right.
it's not this, oh, we want to throw it out and just plaster this brand everywhere.
That's right.
They have a purpose with it. So are you
Yes.
guys seeing the difference between just saying, okay, they want to just have us create a logo
Yep.
and give them some colors and job done?
Right.
No, our dream client wants more.
It
And
is
so
not.
finding out
Yeah.
what they really want, that more is going to help you so much. So take some time to figure out what they really want.
Yes, that's our Willie, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Our who.
Yeah.
Right? The Willie, we know he's in on everything we've talked about because we did our homework on
Yeah.
our who. So don't forget to do that. Make sure to take some time to figure out who that is.
Yeah.
Your who is specifically dialed in to you and your brand, because there is no way you're going to push out information just because I think maybe this is the winning phrase or key, and you might like the Rise Up Live Free, like Diana was like, love it. She loves that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does that mean that makes sense to the brand who that perfect client? Are you a perfect client for Cash Flow Tactics, right? Are they going to align? Do they get it? That's the key.
Yes, don't just throw, and that's why we keep
Gosh.
saying, going back to those first 3 weeks that we did, is the clearer you can be there, the easier this stuff will be. So,
yes.
and then
yes.
step
So
2, we're almost, I know.
step
Step
two,
2
let's
of
do
this
this.
action step is take another 10 minutes. So
Yes.
after you know what your clients really want, then you find out those extra ingredients. Like, okay, so they really resonate with this. They want to see these kind of results. They really like this kind of experience. And we're going to throw in a little bit of who we are as the founders. We're going to throw in a little bit of that. And we're going to throw in a little bit of our why. Like, getting those extra ingredients,
Totally.
those extra mix, and figuring out the perfect balance there, so you can bake that awesome loaf. So when they
Yes.
take that first bite, they want more.
Oh, it's
they
on.
call you, they connect with you, they know that they want to work with you. So
Yeah.
those are the 2
Yeah.
action steps this week.
Right? It's amazing, too, to see how much of that has made a benefit. The benefit for the brands that have taken the time to do it. They've seen that return because
they
they've
put it-
got it on point. And even if they have to fine tune a little bit along
Totally.
the way, it has made a difference in how many people they're aligning themselves with, connecting with, and the clients they really want to work with are coming in the door. The customers are coming in the door, and they're walking in going, bam, I know you guys have taken the time to get to know me, right? It's not just random. And they're willing to go, whatever it takes. My pocket's open. I'm willing to pay whatever it takes because I know you guys are going to deliver. It
Yep.
changes everything. Everything.
Absolutely.
Think about that. What an impact you would make, and then the impact it'll make on you and your brand.
Yeah,
Goodness.
absolutely, honey.
Come on.
So good. So we can't stress this enough. Get these things down,
Yeah.
you guys, and you will
Yes.
do phenomenally.
Yes.
Try to take the shortcuts,
Oh,
the easy way, and do that. Like, it's the Three Little Piggies story that we learned when we were kids, all of us. Like, the first little piggy built his with little twigs, and what happened when the wolf came? Blew over. Yes, Alexandra is back here, and she's going. She knows this story. She could probably tell it better than me. And the next piggy did it with like straw. And what happened when the wolf came, Alexandra? Yeah, he blew and it fell down.
Yeah.
The last piggy, it might have taken him longer and been more time consuming, more work, more labor, but he built it with bricks. He had that strong foundation, built it nice.
right.
And when that wolf came to blow it over, she's getting real dramatic back here.
We got an actress back
That house did not fall. And that's
No.
the point of the
No.
series, Brave and Expand.
Right.
We want your brand to be able to brave any storm and
Whatever.
even expand no matter what the market. So
matter
get
what
these
the
things
market.
in. I know we got.
We know it's going to drop. Now, don't forget.
Yeah.
I want to remind you, it's not about getting it perfect. It's about doing what's right so you know that it's going to last, right? Because there is fine tuning, there is tweaking, there is again, if you are adjusting and staying and having that understanding, right? Clear understanding, those components that are you've built this foundation on
Yeah.
are not going to be moved through any storm.
Yeah.
But failure, we always say failure isn't final. If all of a sudden you put it all and you put the time and the effort and it's like, wow, it's not really doing as well as I thought. Well, guess what? There is that tweaking. There is the adjustments. That way, which is we always say, you're not going to take this as just like, oh no, I just did all this time and effort and it's just going nowhere. Shut it down. Forget it. I give up. We want you to continue on in that, hey, all I need to do is actually, because that's where you see success.
Yeah.
The guys who've gone the distance and not having that, like the 2 inches away from success and they quit because
Yep.
they put all this effort and then boom, it just is like, I'm not seeing the results right away. I'm not seeing the results that I wanted. The ones that have gone my extra mile and then the fog clears and they've gone all the way through to the next level where they're like challenged and pushed, boom, we'll see that success. They'll see the breakthroughs. So remember, failure is not final. It is not the end.
No.
It will only be that motivator that we
Yeah.
want to see you push to the next level. That's why we're
Absolutely,
doing
you guys.
this.
And we've
So.
failed. We've made our mistakes. We've had
Oh.
to tweak this business as a result of like 4 other businesses as
Right,
we're
right.
tweaking as we've gone along. And so you're absolutely right, babe.
come
Like
on.
there might be those tweaks as you go, and that's why we're so passionate about it, because we want you to learn from even our mistakes,
Yeah.
and we want you to be able to build something that you're able to we're able to fulfill, get that passion, that
Yes.
purpose that God has given you to do, and be able
Right.
to do it successfully. And so
Complete.
we believe in you.
Yes.
You are a champion.
Go.
You are a warrior.
Come on.
You are undaunted. You are victorious,
Bam.
and we believe in you.
Yes.
And make this a great week. Choose
Right.
to make this a great week, you guys.
We're here for you. We
Yeah.
know you're going to be a success. Go after it. Keep going after it.
Yeah.
And our motto, rise and rise again until your purpose is fulfilled.
We're gonna totally
get that
email
right.
those guys and say
Right.
he tried to
Let's try
give
to
them our line.
Trying to get on.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, have a great one.
Yeah, you
we'll see you
guys.
on the next one.
Bye.
See ya.